What's up, Journeyers? It's so good to see you guys. It has been a minute, but I'm excited to get back into long-form YouTube videos. And today we're going to be talking about the total solar eclipse that is coming April 8th. Let's get into it. Okay, so the main thing that we wanted to show you guys for this video is the top places to see the total solar eclipse. Before we do that, we wanted to share a little bit of fun facts about the solar eclipse. So buckle in and let's get to it. This is the last total eclipse until 2044 in the US. The only other one that will be seen in the US is in 2033, and that will be in Alaska. Obviously, you guys know it's April 8th, and most of the eclipse from totality will last they average about 3 minutes all the way up to 7 minutes to a location in Mexico. I don't know the exact location, but most of the places that you're going to see on the path is somewhere between 3 to 4.5 minutes. It's going to stretch from Texas to Maine. This one is incredibly rare. The last one that happened like this was 1973. Everybody in the US will at least get a partial eclipse, so you will be able to see it even if it's not the full thing if you're somewhere in the US. This will be the most viewed total eclipse ever. So the last one in 2017, 12.25 million people lived in the path of the eclipse. And I'm going to show you guys the difference. So this is the 2017 path, and this is the 2024 path. This path is going to have 31.5 million people that it crosses through. And they're estimating over 14 million people are going to travel for it. So that means we're looking at roughly somewhere between 45 to 50 million people are going to check out the solar eclipse this year, which is just incredible. What is a solar eclipse? The total eclipse is when the moon passes between the sun and the earth, blocking the face of the sun. So in essence, what happens is the moon is going to completely block out the sun, and it'll almost be like darkness, but there'll still be light, which is kind of crazy to think about. So it's super unique, it's really fun, and I think it's something not to just take lightly. I think it's something that you should absolutely take advantage of if you can see it. But first, before we get into it, a word from our sponsor for this video. RVshare wants you to experience the eclipse in the most unique way. With lots of hotels and vacation rentals booked up, this is your opportunity to see the solar eclipse in a fun and exciting way. RVshare is the largest community for RV owners and renters. They have everything from luxury motorhomes to cozy camper vans. There are over 100,000 vehicles to choose from. They have a special promo code for this eclipse. Use code ECLIPSE24 for $30 off a booking of $500 or more. Don't be stuck not getting to experience this once-in-a-lifetime phenomenon. Head over to RVshare today and book your adventure for a lifetime. Shout out and thank you to RVshare for sponsoring this video. We really appreciate it. Guys, if you're kind of on the back end of prepping, odds are a lot of the places that you can go and see it are probably going to be booked. So this might be a super unique way for you to kind of have home on wheels, is what I like to say, when traveling. So go check it out. I promise you guys won't be disappointed. They have some great stuff. All right, let's get into the top 8 places to go see the solar eclipse. Starting off with number 1, we're going to go north, Buffalo, New York. And I know what you're saying to yourself. What is in Buffalo? Well, my friends, 30-minute drive just north from Buffalo is Niagara Falls. And Niagara Falls is a gem. Downtown Niagara, maybe not so much. But Niagara Falls itself and the surrounding areas, there's a bunch of cute towns that are gorgeous. One of my favorite things to do is actually go up the river from the falls, downriver after the falls. And you can literally hike right down to the bottom, go right to where the rapids are. I have literally taken a jet boat tour in those rapids and gotten absolutely plastered with water, which was super fun. There's a cute little town called Lewiston. It's got a bunch of little shops, restaurants, things like that. That's really, really cute. All right, our hometown, not where I was born, but where I live right now, Dallas, Texas. Now I know what you're thinking. Why the heck would I go to Dallas? Because Dallas has everything. And what I mean by that is there's always something going on. Food, we got it. Entertainment, we got it. Places to stay, we've got it. Are there some parks? Yes, there is. White Rock Lake is pretty. There is a beautiful park just south of Dallas. Cedar Hill State Park, that is actually a really nice place. I have spent some time there. It's a pretty little state park. So there's definitely are options. No shortage of things to do in the city. It is a great place, pretty safe, all things considering. And so it is definitely on our top list. Now, if you're looking for a little bit more city vibes with a little more adventure, then I got you, which leads us to number 3, and that is Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas is one of our favorite cities in Texas. It's kind of the adventure city of Texas. It's in hill country, so there's a little bit more nature. They love the outdoors there. You've got Barton Springs. You've got the river there that everybody loves to paddleboard down. I mean, there is tons of stuff to do outside. There's lots of McKinney State Park is what I think it's called, McKinney Falls or something like that. We actually camped there. That is beautiful. There's lots and lots of options. And then obviously, Austin's got a great food scene and a great nightlife scene, going out, hanging out, and they literally call it keeping Austin weird for a reason. So if you like it a little bit more weird and funky and outgoing, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's lots of fun things to do in Austin. I would definitely suggest going there. Moving on. All right, to the natural state, Arkansas. There is a really cool state park, or national forest, excuse me, to the west. This national forest is in a city called Langley, Arkansas. There is some great backcountry camping, which we have done there, and there's a falls there called Little Missouri Falls. And we had an absolutely grandiose time backcountry there. I think we spent 2 or 3 nights out in the wilderness in Arkansas. A bunch of hiking, camping, swimming, all sorts of stuff. But I would definitely suggest you, if you're trying to go the grunge route, there's some great spots in Arkansas that are very backcountry that would be super fun to experience it just like that. One of my favorite ski towns in America, people, Stowe, Vermont. Got to go there for fall a couple years back and had an absolute blast. It is kind of a skier's paradise, and it is the cutest small town ever. There's so much to offer there. There's tons of cute little boutique hotels and resorts. There's a bunch of breweries. The food scene there is phenomenal. There's tons of hiking. I think it'd be one of the best spots of this whole list to go and experience the solar eclipse if you're trying to get away. All right, so this one's gonna be a little controversial because I just know I know YouTube, people in the comments, they love to hear themselves type on their little keyboards and then post. This one is not technically in the path. I'm already admitting it, but it's close enough to me that I think it's worth it. Acadia National Park is one of my favorite national parks on the East Coast. So much to do. Bar Harbor, Maine is a great kind of hotspot location to stay and go and do all the things in Acadia on that whole peninsula, whatever you want to call it, island. That is just incredible. You've got lighthouses, you have unbelievable hiking, you have Cadillac Mountain where you can see literally the sun come up. There is so many things to do. Now, I would just check conditions because I don't know how long the snow lasts. Some of the trails might be closed, but this is one of the greatest locations in all of Northeast America. It is not officially on the path, okay, so I'm admitting that. But my suggestion would be go to Acadia, hang out, drive up Holton, Maine, okay? So you can drive to Holton, Maine, see the eclipse, get all of its grandiose, and then head on back to Acadia and finish your trip, or head on home. Number 7. Okay, this is a national park that I have not visited, but I've heard very good things about it, and it's close to Cleveland, so I'm trying to give you guys a little bit of an option. If you're in Cleveland, you don't feel like being in a city, and you want a little bit more nature. Cuyahoga Valley National Park. Hopefully I didn't butcher the name. This is in Ohio. It's south of Cleveland. And this is like quintessential, lots of waterfalls, lots of great hiking, nothing too intense. Great forest, great place for like picnics, hiking. It's a national park. Like it's gotta be somewhat good, right? So I personally have not been there, so just full disclaimer. I would assume because of location and how many people live around this area that it's probably going to be pretty popular. So I would definitely plan ahead. And the last one. I might get some hate for this one, but I like this town. I like this city. I think it's cool. St. Louis, Missouri. The gateway to the west, people. Gateway to the west. The Archway is one of my favorite things in America. If you love history and you're a history buff like I am, then it's definitely right up your alley. They got great barbecue, lots of good food. It's very Midwestern. It's very Americana. You can go and tour the Budweiser facility for free, which is a really cool thing. And you can just eat your heart out with all sorts of good, delicious barbecue. So, that's the list, ladies and gentlemen. Do not forget, check out RV Share if you're trying to get some last-minute accommodations. Might be able to save you so that you're not sleeping in a tent or by the side of the road to try and experience the solar eclipse. We loved having you. Comment below where you're going to see the total eclipse if you're planning on seeing it. If you're not, everybody in America is at least going to get a partial one, so we're all going to have a grandiose time on April 8th. But we're really excited to start doing some more YouTube videos. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe so you don't miss out on any more awesome content we have coming. And again, tell us where you're going to see the eclipse in the comments. We'll see you later, Journeyers. Peace.